Let's get deep, going deep, Chad and JT.
What up, Stoke Nation? This is Chad with Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast with my compadre who's downing a green juice. JT, what up, dude?
What up, guys?
How was that green?
It's good, dude. It's revitalizing.
What's that concoction?
These are the heavenly greens?
Green juice really does it for me, you know. It's just like the boost that you need. If I'm ever like tired or something, I'll get a green juice because like caffeine, I'll like down a Red Bull or something. And I'm like, yeah, I feel amped, but like a little too amped. But green juice, it just gives me that boost where I'm just like, let's go fucking take over the town.
Yeah, you're not going to blow your engine on green juice.
Yeah, for sure.
And the reason I'm drinking the green juice is because last night I had a day. I was spectacularly inebriated.
Yeah, you look like you're hurting a little bit today.
Yeah, and it's a physical pain, but it's also a soul anguish.
So it was one of those days where it's like you got too fucked up and you're like, oh, fuck.
I was ugly in public.
Nice.
2 birthday brunches for 2 of my friends, Jen and Caroline.
Uh-huh.
First I went to Jen's. I don't even like brunch. Like the whole concept of brunch I find to be pretty annoying, you know?
Yeah.
What do I mean by that? I just mean like 10 people sitting around talking about their French toast. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But yesterday I hadn't been drinking for a week or two, and I got to the place and I made a conscious decision. I remember the moment I just went, I'm going to get fucking fucked up today.
Yeah.
And then I just started chugging.
Yeah, that's a good move.
And
Nice.
It's bottomless.
Yeah. Oh, dude, mimosas are, you can't go wrong with those. Although the Hangover's pretty whack, but you know, it's such a heartwarming drink.
Yeah, there's something like the waiter just kept coming and just kept pouring them, and I was like, this guy Trey is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Like not actually, I had never met him before, but like I was like, this dude, like, I like what he's doing for me.
He's on board with my mission.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then so I left that brunch. I got into a cab with Jen and some of her friends, and then at some point, and I don't remember what it was about or what was even said, but we all started arguing, like me against all of them. And then I just hopped out of the cab at a red light, and then I walked to the next brunch.
Nice.
And then I just came out of a blackout and I was puking into some bushes, and then I woke up at my brother's place.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, no, you weren't that bad. Which is so like whenever you black out and then the next day someone's like, hey, you were really funny last night. You're like, wow, at my deepest and darkest.
Yeah.
I'm actually a pretty fucking sick dude.
Yeah, no, that's always heartwarming. And they're like, I really enjoyed you last night. I'm like, well, I don't remember it, so I'm glad I was a joy for you. I remember one time this girl I was crushing on for a while in college. I like had like 3 40s of Mickey's or something, or 4, I don't even remember, but I blacked out. Apparently I was just jumping over this bonfire the whole time, just like super dangerous and just sort of showing my lack of fear. So she was like, I was so impressed last night with I've never seen you like that before. And I'm like, I don't remember, but it's good to hear that I'm like kind of like an alpha when I'm blacked out.
Yeah. Yeah, I've like been like, oh man, what did I do last night? Like, was I awful? And then like I come into like the living room and all my friends like clap for me.
Oh, nice.
And they were like, dude, unbelievable.
Yeah.
You like patted that cop on the butt and you told him to have a good day, sir. And he laughed.
Nice.
How did you pull that off? And you're like, I was on so much ecstasy.
Yeah.
So you heard about this Quincy Jones thing?
No. Tell me about it.
He did an interview and he like said that the Beatles sucked. He said that Marlon Brando had like gay sex with like all these famous people who people didn't know were having gay sex. And he most importantly, he said Michael Jackson was very Machiavellian.
I heard that.
You did hear that?
Yeah. That hurts me to my core.
Because you're a huge MJ fan.
Huge MJ fan. I love him. And my first instinct upon seeing that was like, whoa, watch your jealousy, Q, man.
That's where you think it's coming from?
I think he thinks he doesn't get the credit he thinks he deserves. But I'm like, dude, you weren't moonwalking. I heard Michael's early Billie Jean demo before you got in. So you know what? Why don't you suck it, dude? Because that demo was before you got involved, and it was pretty fire. You know, MJ's not around to say, hey, dude, like, I didn't steal that. So I think to, like, come out and say that now, it's pretty whack. Because he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, that's true. Don't speak ill of the dead.
Yeah.
When I was a boy, my dad used to give me baths.
Uh-huh.
And before he poured the water on my head, he'd go, close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. And I was like, wow, my dad is a songwriter.
Uh-huh.
And then a couple years later, we're driving in the car and that song comes on the radio. It's a Beatles song.
Oh.
And I was like, Dad, you're a fucking liar.
He's a Machiavellian.
Yeah, my dad was tricking me
Yeah.
into believing that he was like a pretty talented lyricist. Turns out he was stealing Beatles songs. My friend Joe just texted me back and said, oh, dude, you're all right. You just lifted Trano up a couple times.
You lifted what?
I lifted a friend of ours in the air a bunch of times, a girl.
Oh, nice. You like bencher or squatter? You know, I don't think people really care as much as you think they do. If you're like blacked out, people don't really give a shit. Unless you like seriously fuck something up and they're like, wow, like, you know, was racist yesterday. Then that's huge. But if you were just being sloppy, people are more focused on the brunch that they're getting today.
Dude, that's a really good point, too, because there is that feeling when you wake up where after you come out of a blackout, and I swear to God, there's always this thought where you go, fuck, I hope I didn't say anything racist. I hope I didn't say anything homophobic.
Yeah.
Like, and I really, like, I'm not even, like, just saying this to, like, you know, virtue signal. Like, I genuinely don't say that stuff. But there's something about it where when you black out, you're like, did I fucking go on a tirade about gays?
Yeah. Did the deepest parts of my mind just come out?
Right. That's why it's nice when you come out of a blackout and people are like, hey, you were actually like really nice last night. Like you were really sweet. And you're like, oh, so at my deepest, I'm sweet.
Yeah. At my deepest, I'm not a Nazi. It is scary though to like wonder like what the hell did I just fucking say?
Did you hear the guy who ran the first 4-minute mile died? Roger Bannister.
Oh, he did?
He died today.
Oh, boner jam.
Yeah.
How old was he?
88.
Oh, so he had some age.
Yeah.
What did he die of?
I don't know.
Bummer. You drink beverages like more intense than anyone I've ever seen. It is kind of disturbing.
I've had ex-girlfriends get mad about it. They're like, could you just enjoy it? Like, why do you just chug everything you drink? I don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah, it's like every time I see that, I'm like, whoa, this guy's intense.
Yeah. Set the tempo.
Yeah. Like, so you're like, hey, this is a nice get together. Let's all, hey, you guys want some water? And you're like, yeah. You're like, whoa, JT is on an entirely different level right now. Yeah. We're just trying to like have tea time, and you just crushed a whole thing of Aquafina.
I'm prepping for like a expedition through like the Serengeti.
I know.
I'm like, everybody hydrate. At least 2 liters of water in you, all right?
Here, have this water bottle. This to JT. Here, JT, have this water bottle. Oh, thanks. All right, gotta go pee. Okay, well, we're at Easter brunch right now, so why don't you just take it easy?
And I eat fast, too. I eat fast and hard.
You do. You do eat fast and hard. Big bites. We're just like...
I don't know where it comes from, like what the urge is.
Maybe it comes from, like, back in the day when, like, we'd kill lions and then you just, like, you know, you had to get your share. Yeah. So you'd, like, be, like, munching down. You're like...
I was like, Tom, come here. Eat with me. Eat with me before Gunther comes back. He'll want bites from the best parts. Here, eat with me. Nom 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 nom. Hum 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 hum. And then I just like lay on my back and my fat belly's all distended. And I'm like, oh, I ate too much lion again. Oh, when will you learn? Oh.
I've always had this like inner desire to eat like Jabba the Hutt, you know, just like take like a fucking thing and just like throw it in the air with Princess Leia in a metal bikini next to me.
Yeah.
I think every dude has that fantasy.
What do you think's the best? Who do you think's the best boy band of all time?
Ooh, fire question. I'm gonna have to go with NSYNC. Yeah, I mean I think it's clearly between NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
I think those are probably the two top dogs.
I mean, props to the Backstreet Boys. They're still like touring, I believe.
They're doing Vegas, yeah.
They're doing Vegas.
They're on the nostalgia tour.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's like to watch them perform. Do you think they were like kind of slower now?
They've been through so much like life. Like AJ had like a massive cocaine problem.
Maybe they're because they've stuck it through and they're like true boy band. Like NSYNC, they're like, all right, we're done later.
Right.
Lance went to whatever. Joey Fatone did like My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and then I don't know Joey Chazé and the other dude. I don't know what they're doing. And JT's like, I'm going solo later, but Backstreet Boys, they really stuck it out, and they're like, no, we're a fucking boy band, guys. We are a fucking boy band, okay? So you stick together and let's keep cranking out these hits. Could you be in a boy band?
Yes. So that brings me to our next issue. What did you think about all this Stormy Daniels stuff with Donald Trump?
Not happy. I can tell you that. Not pleased. Donald, what are you doing? Stormy Daniels is not even that hot compared to Melania. So it's like, you know, I guess you want to be kinky, but you know what? You made a commitment to Melania, and you shouldn't have done that if you wanted Stormy Daniels to like spank you and whatever else she did. I don't even know if that's a real name. It's after Storms. I'm not a big fan of Storms. I'm a big fan of Sun. So whatever. Thoughts?
Well, I mean, I don't have girls throwing it at me like Donald does, though.
That's true.
Like, Donald's a hot dude. I mean, point blank period, he's hot. And he's jacked. He's 6'3", 240, and he's president.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really take into account how hot he is. Like, he's a hot dude.
He's a hot guy.
Yeah.
Babe of the week?
My baby of the week is going to be Mel Robbins. You might know her from her book, The 5-Second Rule, where she's like, you know what? If you want to do something, you just count to 5 and you better fucking do it, or else you're a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, just thank you so much, Mel, for your inspiration. That's all I got.
I mean, how much more do you need? That was wonderful.
Yeah. 5 seconds, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it.
My baby of the week, Jessica Lange, actress. A lot of people know her from America's Horror Show.
American Horror Story.
American Horror Story. She is an incredible actress. She's so good in Tootsie. She's so good in The Postman Always Rings Twice. And in The Postman Always Rings Twice, with Jack Nicholson, the sex scene they have is like, I think it's real.
Oh, for real?
Like, I think they actually boned on camera.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like what the rumors were. And when you watch it, it's like super intense.
Yeah.
Super intense. Like, not safe to watch with like children or your parents.
Yeah.
Like, it's a movie you watch alone.
Nice.
Wink, wink, hint, hint.
I get what you mean.
And then another thing I really like about Jessica Lange, I mean, she's stunning too. She's so beautiful. But another thing I really like about her is that she married interesting men. She was first married to Mikhail Baryshnikov, the ballet dancer, who's like incredibly bouncy. And then she married Sam Shepard, the playwright.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And a lot of his plays were about incest, which must have weirded out his family a lot.
Yeah.
And they were like, Sam, you want to stop writing plays about boning your sister? And his sister was like, yes, please stop writing those. And then Sam was like, no, it's my art. And Jessica could like understand that. And I don't want to distract too much by talking about the men. I mean, she is like such a good actress.
That's interesting about Sam Shepard. You know, it's like, so did you guys enjoy the play? It's like, yeah, well, you're just boning your sister the whole time.
He's like, yeah, it's great, right?
Yeah. Like, do you want to do that?
He's like, no, I don't want to bone my sister. Why? Did she say anything? Did
No.
Cheryl say anything? She mentioned me?
Well, you're her brother.
Yeah, no, I know. Off limits.
I mean, she, like, asked about your birthday.
Did she like to play?
Yeah, I think we all just feel a little bit kind of like weird. I'm sorry. I mean, it was a great play, Sam. Like, you're an amazing, talented artist, but like, this is the fourth play where the guy's boned his sister, and it's
Oh, it's weird. Yeah, it's really weird. I should stop except I just won the Pulitzer motherfucking prize.
yeah, for sure. No, like total props for that. But like, I'm your mom, okay? And
Are you flirting with me?
no, Sam. You said this to your aunt too, and your aunt does not want to play Twister with you.
She was definitely flirting with me.
Well, can you stop inviting her to play Twister?
Nothing. Twister's not against the law. She doesn't want to play. She doesn't have to play.
Can you make your next play? I don't want to like try and stomp on your art, but can you try and make your next play about like, like maybe like a fantasy about like Game of Thrones or something?
There's a brother and sister fucking each other on Game of Thrones.
Is that all you think about? Most people don't even remember that. They just remember that little fella.
Wow, you stepped into it there, Mom.
Yeah, I have dementia. But that doesn't stop me from noticing that all your plays are about you boning your sister.
Well, sometimes they're about me not boning my sister. But, I mean, it's still talk about it, but I just don't get to do it.
So do you want to do that?
No. Did she say anything?
Why do you keep asking that?
You brought her up.
No, she did not say anything, Sam.
You sandbagging me?
What?
Put in a good word.
What?
Hook it up.
Hook what up?
Me and Cheryl.
So what are you saying, Sam?
Nothing. I want a boner. I want a boner.
Oh my god.
I do. I want a boner.
My baby boy.
I want a boner, and I want to bone you too.
Alan, get in here. What's Sam
I want
Shepard's
to bone
dad's name?
Alan.
That's your father.
I want to bone him.
That's your father.
I'm sorry. I'm weird. I want to bone my whole family.
All right, well, you can take your Pulitzer Prize and just go to New York with all the other freaks. Later.
Yeah, and then he died.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Totes my goats.
Who's your beef of the week?
My beef of the week, this one's personal because it's beef that I have. My beef of the week is with the ocean. The ocean has not been producing waves this winter. I don't know what is going on. Poseidon, like, I pray to you every morning, dude. I don't know if you're like beefing with whatever. I don't know what's going on with the ocean, but it's like, it's really affected my stoke. The winter, you just look forward to it because it's going to be pumping. But like every time I look at the forecast, especially like for the last month, it's like, oh no, 1 to 3, 2 to 3 feet. And I'm like, all right, you better make up for this shit in the summer because this has been fucking bullshit. And I'm pissed. You come into winter where you're like, it's going to be cold, but I have one thing that I can hold on to, and that is a solid amount of good waves. So at least I have that. But then the winter comes around and it's like, no, it's going to be cold and flat. And you're like, this is probably the worst winter ever. And like, I can only watch so many Bruce Irons and Julian Wilson videos. And I'm just fucking pissed, dude. It's just like, what the fuck? And like, I make a gratitude list every morning. I'm very thankful. And the ocean has not been holding up its bargain. You know, I'm like, thank you, ocean, for providing me with waves, but then like it doesn't provide them. And I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, thanks for letting me vent.
Well, I hope you and the ocean can work it out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You know, it's just, we're going through a rough time right now, but I'll be back.
One of the second birthday girl from brunch just wrote me, "You were great. No worries at all. Thank you for coming."
Just take what she said and run with it.
You're right. I was at my best.
Yeah, no, hey, John, don't worry about it. You're at your best. I mean, you did pick me up and throw me into a fountain, but
I hate that I kept picking up a girl, like showing how strong I am. All right. My beef of the week is with my parents' friend, Maureen. She's always really rude to me. And her husband, Frank's like my dog. Like, we get along great. He's like super into sports and movies, and we just chop it up all day. But Maureen, like, I can tell she dislikes me, and she like makes cutting remarks towards me.
Really?
Yeah. We'll have like big, like, 12-person dinners with all the families, and she'll just like openly talk shit to me.
Interesting. How so? What did she say?
She's like, "Oh, really? It's your opinion? That's so interesting."
She like comes out and says shit like that?
Yeah.
Damn.
And she's being sarcastic.
This is out of nowhere. You don't know where it's from?
I mean, I just think she just doesn't like me.
Just for no reason?
I don't like.
Have you ever like confront her and be like, "What's the beef?" Like, seriously.
I think maybe she'd say I was like a know-it-all or something.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. It's weird to have like a 60-year-old lady talking shit to you, though.
Yeah, usually parents' friends are like very accommodating.
Yeah.
Did you like flash her at some point or something?
Like show her my dong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I used to moon people a lot when I was a kid, especially. But I was like 5.
Well, there you have it.
You think that was it? It's crazy that you sussed that out so quickly. That settles that. Who's your legend of the week?
My legend of the week goes to my brother's dog, Nash. He is a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which is, if you don't know, so my brother, Nash is about 2 years old. Shout out to Nash. I love you, dude. My brother's dog, Nash, he's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Rhodesian Ridgebacks, if you do not know, they are known for hunting lions in Africa. So this dude, and like, so like every time I look at him, I just see how much potential he has. You know, you just see that built up in him. He's like, even if he's just like chilling, I'm like, he has this presence where he's like, dude, I kill fucking lions. But he's also, on top of that, he's just like a super mellow dog, super down to earth, just like really chill, great to have a conversation with. We watched Sopranos together, and like he's just like such a good companion, and just a good looking dog. Very he has a great bone structure, so you could pull chicks. And my brother, I'm like, when we first got him, I'm like, how's Nash? He's like, dude, let me explain Nash to you in 3 sentences: smart as a whip, built like a brick shithouse, and hung like a mule. And I'm like, well, I don't think you need anything more than that. I think that's a 10 out of 10 dog.
I hope they put that on my gravestone.
Yeah. Is that like a fire description?
I mean, you got the brain, you got the body, you got the cock. It's like, what else do you need?
Yeah. So just props to Nash. You're a fucking legend, dude. Big ups to you. I love you. And, thanks for watching Sopranos with me.
My legend of the week is my buddy Joe.
What up, Joe?
Joe P. One of the most awesome things a person can do is like be good at hosting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Joe's like a fucking beast at it. Like, you go over to his crib, you're like, man, I feel good when I'm here. Like, this is comfortable. It's got good feng shui. He's got a fat fucking TV, and we play fucking video games on it. And I fucking wreck him at FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
Wreck him at UFC 3. He wrecks me once in a while. He's just a great guy, too. He's like always super cool to hang out with. He's funny. He told me I wasn't too wasted yesterday, so I appreciate that, too.
Nice.
We went to a golf tournament together, the Waste Management something.
Nice.
It's like the biggest party on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I got thrown out of it
For what?
being too drunk,
Nice.
and I got a ticket for pissing in public. Joe, also, like, a super legendary thing about him, he's got a Laker tattoo on his butt.
He does?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, he's got a Laker tattoo on his butt.
Joe, when did you get that?
I think he got it like 4 years ago.
Is it big?
It's pretty big. It's probably like 3x2.
Next time I see him, I'm going to have to ask him about that.
Yeah, make sure he shows it to you.
Yeah. That's interesting about the peeing in public thing. I studied in Australia, as you know. I lived in Gold Coast for 3 months. For some reason I was just hammered, and I was just pissing like on the sidewalk, like not being discreet. And on top of that, next to like a fucking public restroom, I was like pissing on the building of a public restroom. And these cops were like, "Oi, what are you doing, mate?" And I was like, "What?" And then I started like running because I got scared, and they tackled me, and then I pissed my pants even more.
Whoa.
So like I get to the police station, and I just have like pee all over my pants. And I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking wizard right now. And they're all making jokes like, "Look at this mate, he pissed his pants. What, are you scared, mate?" And I'm like, can you just let me go? I'm a fucking American. And they're like, "Oi, we'll let you go if you do a moonwalk." And I'm like, "I actually can moonwalk. Can I show you?" They're like, "Oh." I'm like, "I can moonwalk. Let me show you." And they're like, "You can't moonwalk, mate." I'm like, "I can do it if you just like uncuff me and let me do it." They didn't let me do it. And I'm like, "You guys offered, and I had like the thing to let me go." But then they just let me go but they gave me a ticket.
I went to Weenie Roast. It's the K-Rock concert in Orange County. And I think I got a concussion because I was like so drunk I was laying down during Rob Zombie, and my friend stepped on my head. So I was kind of woozy. And then I went to the bushes to pee, and there was like a big plant, like a potted plant, and I started pissing on it. And I didn't realize there was a guy on the other side of the plant. And he's like, "Oh, dude, you're pissing all over my back, dude." And I was like, "Oh," I was like so dumb at the time. I was like, "Oh, what? Oh, yeah, okay." Like I tried to act like too cool.
Yeah.
I was like, "Sorry, I'm pissing on you." And then he was like, "Yeah, you're like whizzing on my back, dude. How'd you like it if I whizzed on your back?" And I was like, "Yeah, go for it." And then I just walked away. But Joe's a legend. All right, should we get into these questions?
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions this week. This is from Jimmy. "Dudes, stellar job with the pod. Just wanted to start off with that. Thank you. What do you think about the most recent Transformers film? Is there a comeback to be made, or is Michael Bay losing his stoke after a pure gem and Megan Fox wasn't able to return post T2? However, Transformers 3 was spectacular."
Dude, I think there's totally a comeback. I mean, yeah, I think maybe he just needs to find his next Megan Fox.
I think Transformers needs to pick a new direction to go in. Like, we've seen intergalactic warfare between the Transformers.
Yeah.
But have we seen, like, a domestic drama about what it is to be a Transformer?
Oh, dude, I like that direction.
Like a husband and wife Transformer.
Yeah.
Trying to, like, assimilate into regular culture, and then, like, also, like, raising their child Transformer.
Maybe, like, Cara Delevingne is their therapist.
That sounds really hot.
Yeah. I would love to see that. Maybe we should hit Michael Bay and be like, "Hey, let's turn this into, let's talk about the real issues."
Yeah. "Jake, what's up, Chad and JT? So I've been out of the game for a while, which has been causing a severe lack of stoke. I recently matched with a chick on Tinder who's hitting me up big time, but she's not my type at all. Do I give it in boner or hold out for my own good?"
I'd say you hold out and wait for someone you really like, because you don't want. I mean, you got to think about her feelings in this matter, like.
But at the same time, if you've been out of the game for a long, long while, boning could really be what the doctor ordered. Like, you're probably walking into rooms right now, like slouch-shouldered, kind of heavy. Like, "Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Yeah, I'm doing all right." And then after you bone, you might walk into a room and be like, "What up, dudes? Hey, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
What are we watching? Oh, cool. Yeah, let's go do something."
Yeah. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I've seen the boning boost before in people.
Yeah.
I've seen the way boning can take people from the doldrums of like, oh, everything's boring, to just being like, whoa, the whole world's colorful.
Well, then I think you got to think about this lady too. Maybe he's got to be like upfront with her and just be like, look, I'm not that interested, but I do want a bone.
I do think that you got to say that. You got to let her know up top that you're just in it for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And that brings us actually to our first sponsor. We're being sponsored this week. This is the first time we've had a sponsor by Helix Beer Bongs. They have some of the best beer bongs in the industry. Super clean funnel, easy to arch, doesn't pick up much foam, nice transparent tube. Yeah, the valves are just like they're so durable. They last
So
for
durable.
15 years.
And they really cut it off. So like when you hit that valve, it cuts off. And dude, I just want to give a shout out to their Flabongo. I took their Flabongo to Coachella last year. That was a huge hit. Huge.
Yeah, I've been using Helix beer bongs since I was like a kid, so to be sponsored by them is literally a dream come true. And I wouldn't let someone sponsor this podcast unless it was a product I truly believed in. And Helix beer bongs is just as good as it gets in that space, and I recommend it with a full heart and a hungry, thirsty belly.
Tested and proven strong by us.
Yeah, they did a double-blind test on it against other beer bongs, and Helix every time was picked as the best beer bong.
Nice.
All right, we got one from John. I'm in a bit of a jam with my bro Ryan. One day a few months ago, we went to our regular Subway to discover they hired a new sandwich artist who's an absolute babe. A month into the spring semester, we find ourselves frequently back at Subway asking this babe for her cookies. But every time we go, we subtly flex on each other looking for her attention. One time I asked for a tuna sandwich attempting to model Paul, but she missed the reference and said she didn't have tuna, and then laughed at Ryan's Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. I very much want to win this battle. I feel this war's cost will outweigh its reward in our friendship as well as Stoke is suffering for it. Please send guidance in this trying time.
Well, I mean, my first impression is you gotta find a new sandwich artist.
Because she doesn't know Paul.
Yeah.
Charlie. I love my life, husband, kids, quality work, great health, nice home. I've really got it all. Interestingly enough, I've discovered that being in my 40s has triggered some serious horn dog appetites. Just yesterday, the young man whom I bought a delicious green juice after going for a run was super cute and flirty. Looked a lot like you, Chad.
Ooh.
JT, you're handsome too. Thank you. My imagination ran wild and my Stoke meter was well on the rise. Here's the thing. I've been with my husband for close to 20 years, and while we have a great marriage, the one thing that is not available to me is the fun feeling of fresh. Most romantic thing is the chase, right? Is there ever a scenario where it's okay to hall pass it? I keep my shit tight, and I know that my ability to get a glance won't last forever. So worried my opportunity to ever have that will we or won't we feeling has an expiration date. No question has ever tested me more. I'm literally at peak horniness right now. I want to tell you to run wild and to bone like crazy because it sounds super hot, but I cannot. I think you got to holster it. Flirt with this guy, get that feeling, wonder about what if, because guess what? The actual wondering is going to be better than the doing. I mean, it's tough because, like, you made me so crazy hot there, Charlie. But I think what you got to do is just take that flirty energy and then bring it home to your husband.
Yeah.
Like, be like, ooh, I was being bad today. And then maybe even talk to him about it. Like, maybe you guys could get into, like, some weird dirty talk where you can be like, oh, I was flirting with the Chad lookalike at the green juice place. And your husband will be like Chad from Chad Goes Deep? Oh, that's so hot.
Yeah, some role playing.
Thanks for writing in, Charlie.
JT's super horny right now, I can tell.
Man, I'm vibrating. Ari, what's up, dudes? I just moved to South Africa and missed my squad at home. I'm forging a new squad here, though, but I need the crew to get more rambunctious. How do I encourage gnarlier moves and top off the Stoke tank?
My first instinct is Jackass 2. I think whenever I want the crew to get wild and rowdy, I put on Jackass 2, and that usually gets us in the mood to really buck shit up.
Ryan, what up, guys? Just listen to the pod where you discussed your lack of stoke for ziplining. If you're looking for more adventure, I bungee jump, and it would be rad if you both came out on one of our trips. I'm also curious, what's the craziest thing you've ever done? I think the craziest thing I ever did was go up to Sandra Bullock at an airport and ask her if she was Sandra Bullock.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. Liam, my stoke is pretty low right now and I need your guidance. I was at a house party and the whole squad was there. I got a little too stoked and put my head through my bro's wall and he won't talk to me. What can I do to revive my friendship with my closest bros so the squad can party on?
I think your bro's got to come around on that one. I think he's got to have respect for that move. I remember one time, I don't know if you remember this, my buddy, our buddy Mason, we were at a party. This was in college. We were at a party and he was in his room and we're like, Mason, come out. And he's like, all right, I'm coming out. And he just like kicked through his door, plowed through, and then just like went literally through his door. Like your door's not working anymore, but totally worth it. So I think you need to like try and explain to your boy like, hey, me putting my head through that wall was pretty freaking cool, dude.
Yeah, Liam, I think you're a badass. And there's a super simple solution. I mean, you put a hole in his wall, you got to let him ram his head into your wall.
That's a good point. Yeah, like, dude, have at it.
Just be like, bring him over and be like, hey, dude, I'm super sorry about your wall. I got this nice sweet spot in my bedroom. If you want to get a running start, bury your head in there. And I mean, knowing guys, I'm pretty sure he's going to be chomping at the bit for an opportunity to put his cranium through some drywall.
I totally would. I'd be super stoked.
Crack!
I'd be like, take a video of it. Let's do this shit.
Caleb, hey guys, you helped me a lot with my ass eating question a few weeks ago and I'm back for more advice. I recently had a mom add me on Snapchat and things got heated pretty quickly. I went to her house after she put her kids to sleep. The kids are 2 and 3 and I had full intentions on getting my meat log in her sauce. Gross. I was stoked to the tits. As the fire was fueled between us and things got touchy-feely, I started to hear a crackle behind me. I thought she had a bad sound system, but it was a baby monitor. Her kids cock-blocked me. My dick was harder than Chinese math. I got blue balls so bad I couldn't beat off for a week. My stoke's at an all-time line. My testosterone is through the roof. Should I hit the mom back up for another round and see if I can get the knockout, or should I really stay out of the octagon and train for the next bout? Really need some help here, bros. What would you guys do? And have you ever been in this situation? Caleb, I've seen so much maturity out of you in these last few weeks, from your ass eating question to now this. I think the logical solution is that you're ready to make the leap. This is American Pie to the next step.
Yeah.
I think you should marry this lady.
Excellent point.
And become those kids' new male father.
Yeah, I think from this story, you were given a great challenge. You know, you were tested. The universe was like, I'm going to present you with this babe, and then I'm going to take her away, and let's see what your next move is. And I think you know what the next move is. You got to continue and persevere and really do your thing, Caleb. And I hope you instill some of that ass-eating wisdom into your next move.
Samuel, what up, fellow stokers? I've always wanted to go to a nude beach with my girl, but the sound of the crashing waves amps me up and gets me stoked as fuck, causing me to sometimes get a semi-chub with the potential to turn into a full-on steel pipe. I can't have her thinking I'm rising up from looking at another chick's rack. How do I address this problem should it arise?
Dude, you just got to be upfront with it, you know? Just be like, look, waves get me hard, so I think you should know that up top, and just be like, listen, babe, waves get me, like, super aroused. So I know we're going to a nude beach, and I know you're worried about me staring at other chicks' rigs. But you know what, dude? You know what, babe? It's the waves that get me hard. So all I want is your melons, and if you see me getting hard, it's either for you or the sound of crashing waves. Be honest, my dude.
And look, there's a potentiality that your girlfriend's going to be like, do you like waves more than me? Like, are you more sexually attracted to waves than me? And then you got to say, look, babe, it's not like that. Like, I'm aroused by waves, but I don't even know how I could fuck a wave.
Mhm.
So I love you.
Yeah.
J-Hop. What up, Chad and JT? J-Hop here. I was listening to Rude by Magic the other day, and I can really relate to the merits of the song. I'm pretty stoked on this babe, but her pops is not stoked on me. I'm a pretty chill guy and live a pretty fire life. Any advice on how I can impress my female compadre's dad?
Challenge him.
Yeah, I'd say like, if you're jacked, maybe show him your muscles.
Yeah.
If you're smart, maybe
Recite a poem.
just spend some big words in front of him.
Yeah.
Or write a really good poem or recite a good one.
Yeah.
And then also, I think a lot of this stuff can just happen over time. If you're like super good to his daughter and you're just like consistently polite, at a certain point, his iciness will thaw, and he'll just give in to the fact that you're a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Alan, what up, Stoke Council? One of my boys recently got gonorrhea. What should I do?
I'd say go to Planned Parenthood and get him a shot.
Joe, I've got a real conundrum here. I'm getting married in November, which I'm super stoked about. Congratulations, dog. My squadron and I are raging in New Orleans for the bachelor trip, and my fiance is not so stoked about the potential visit to strip clubs while we're there. What do you dudes consider acceptable? I personally see nothing wrong with a little glitter on my face from some big Cajun Hooters before a big day. I would say this, honey, I'm going to go get some big Cajun Hooters in my face. But just so you know I'm not being unfair, I brought this police officer over to watch you while I'm gone. Wait, why is the police officer taking his shirt off? Oh, it's because he's a stripper. And so you let her have a good time, get some male butt cheeks in her face, and then you'll be like, fair is fair. No, I get to get some Hooters.
Yeah.
Holly, I'm writing to you from a dark place. Work sucks, but I met a legend at my job. This babe is so chill and has a noggin filled with a great deal of knowledge. We raged so much at the beginning of this year and became incredibly tight. However, she has been totally bummed lately. A lot of people have been completely aggro towards her, and it's not chill at all. For example, she's been a beast at the gym lately, but some D-bag that she didn't know had to ruin her stoke because he kept staring at her and called her a hot bitch repeatedly, all quiet and creepy. That was super shitty. It makes me bummed seeing a key player in my squad being so bummed. Can you give my girl Sarah any advice or sage words of wisdom to refill her stoke tank? You should all know we live in the Midwest, so winter has been completely gnarly in the worst possible way.
So this dude has just been kind of like harassing her.
Yeah, it sounds like she's just having a tough time at work, and then like also like she goes to the gym for some as her sanctuary, but that's been sullied by some sloppy weirdo.
Yeah, I think you just got to remind her that haters exist, and if you have haters, that means you're doing it right.
Yeah, I think gold is tested in the fire.
For sure.
And she's going through these trials and tribulations because she's a point of focus for a lot of people because she's special. All right, we just got a couple more. Jason, I listened to your last podcast and that dude's story about Paul Walker. I too have a story about Paul that I'm very ashamed of. I was young and thought I was too cool for school. P-Dub was downtown filming something for National Geographic, and I had parked in the lot I was working. As he came out, he stopped to talk to me and said someone told him he could park here for free. I said, it's cool. I know who you are. And as he reached out to give me dabs, I turned my head and denied him. This moment has haunted me and I don't know what to do. Do you think Paul forgave me? Do you think if I make it to heaven, he will punch me in the face? Having a hard time and seeking your advice.
Yeah, hopefully he'll punch you in the face when you make it to heaven. How could you not give Paul daps?
You've made a pretty deep karmic mistake,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to have to suffer for it.
Yeah. I mean, Paul forgives. I mean, I think that's something we all know, but I think you gotta pay for what you did.
Last question. My name is Kevin, and I'm in a serious bind that is affecting my stoke. My best friend Paul and I are the most popular bros in school. I am the good-looking athlete, and he is the good-looking dude who drives fast cars. I was dating the most popular girl in school until she dumped me for a reality star. I was really bummed at first, but my boy Paul had my back. To get my mind right, we went up and hit a few ragers where I was able to get out of my slump by slaying a few grenades. Now that I got my stoke back, Paul and I made a bet. I said that I could turn any chick on campus into the prom queen. Paul took me up on the bet, but he got to pick the girl. He ended up choosing the dorky girl from science class, Stacy. After a few weeks of being my girl, I started to have legit feelings for this babe. When Paul realized that he was going to lose the bet, he told Stacy about our bet. Stacy won't talk to me anymore, and I feel like Paul really betrayed me. Should I give up on Stacy and get back with my old babe, or fight with Stacy and win fight Paul and win Stacy back?
Fight for Stacy.
Dude, I think you got to fight for... I think you got to, like, go over to her dad's place, dance with her.
Yes. You got to fight for her. I mean, I think you should try and show your love in a way. Do a science experiment, like maybe make one of those volcano things and, like, just show her that, like, you care about her so much that you'll do science for her.
She's going to feel like she's just a bet, but you got to let her know that she's more than that.
Yeah, maybe explain, like, hey, at first you were a bet because I was trying to, like, prove a point, but then I got to know you, and you're the most amazing creature I've ever met.
A lot of beautiful stories have ugly origins.
Yeah.
It's how you finish the story. It's not how you start it.
Just be like, you know what, babe? This has been a journey of self-discovery. I started a not-so-cool but very popular and good-looking dude, and now I'm a still very popular and good-looking dude, but I'm also cool because I understand science chicks.
Yeah, you've grown a lot, and you're not the same person you were when you made that bet. All right, this question's from Kellen. What up, dudes? I just found out that I have the smallest dick in my crew. We all got naked after a rager, and I have the smallest dick by a considerable margin. I'm feeling super inadequate. How do I deal?
It's tough. I think that just gives you, I think people use, like, big dongs as, like, a crutch. They'll like, in life, they'll be like, well, I don't have to do that because I have a huge dong. And so I think this is an opportunity for you to really maximize your maximization to where you can be like a full-on just beast of a dude, because you're like, I may have a small dick, but I started like 10 businesses. I also charge Todo Santos. I also know how to make fire fish tacos. And I also still bone more chicks than the other dudes who have bigger dongs. All right, guys, that's going to be it for episode 8 of the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast. Thank you so much for all your questions. Guys, we have a Patreon. We're cranking out material on that Patreon, which I think you guys are going to love. There's more video and more audio stuff. So join our Patreon. It's just go to Patreon, Chad Goes Deep. And, thank you guys so much. Check out chadgoesdeep.com. You just go to YouTube or whatever. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for all the questions. We love you. JT, you want to say anything?
I love you.
Later. Oh, check us. Yeah, we're on iTunes. So, if you dig the pod, leave a review, give us a rating, and we'd love that. So thank you guys so much. All right, later.
What's with me?